I have a super duper, super simple mindfulness practice that will jumpstart your practice like nothing else. Hello, and welcome back to the Aligned Actor PodTube Stack. I am Amy Schloerb, your friendly internet mindfulness and mindset coach for actors and creatives, anybody who's chosen a creative life career, all those ups and downs, all those twists and turns that have us sometimes jumping for joy and sometimes wanting to tear our hair out. And if we want to smooth out that roller coaster, make the experience of it more enjoyable, then I want us all to be practicing mindfulness. That is a huge tool that I use to help actors thrive mentally and emotionally, physically even, in the actor life. So today I want to share with you a really, really simple way to start your mindfulness practice. It is so simple that you can do it anytime, anywhere, and it's small enough that you will probably leave today going, this couldn't possibly do anything for me. But I promise you, if you commit to it and you do it consistently, it has the power to deliver big results for you. So this is what I call 10 count mindfulness. And it's a great way to start a mindfulness practice. And all you do is count your inhales and your exhales up to 10. So it looks like this. You count 1 on the inhale, 2 on the exhale, 3 on the inhale, 4 on the exhale, 5 on the inhale, so on and so forth. You probably know how to count and you know how to breathe. So you just put those two together and you go all the way up to 10. That's it. Easy breezy, lemon squeezy. So let's try that now together. And I want you to just notice the effect that it has on your mind and body. So here we go. We're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So practicing that just now, and it's a little bit of a forced situation because I'm doing it for you, and I can, when I do it by myself, I can just count in my mind. So it's a little bit more relaxing when I just do it on my own. But I definitely did notice the release of tension in my shoulders. I noticed the clearing of my mind, which kind of had been like, very keyed up and like focused in and like active with the recording of this PodTube stack, obviously. But yeah, so it definitely it started to relax me. And it's even greater when you just do it on your own. You're just doing it in your own mind. You're counting to 10 on your inhales and exhales in your own mind. So I know that you're probably thinking that this is too small of a practice to have any kind of tangible result for you. And I want you to think again about that because small habits, tiny changes that we make in our lives can make big results. Small habits equal big changes. So James Clear, he talks about this phenomenon in his book, Atomic Habits. And it's a great book. I highly recommend that you get a copy of it, give it a read. It's wonderful. The idea is that you make a habit super duper small, just like an atom. An atom is tiny, bitty. You can't even see it without specialized equipment that costs billions of dollars. So it's virtually impossible to skip a habit that's the size of an atom. Because it's really, really easy for us to say to ourselves, oh, I don't have time to meditate for 30 minutes. I'm just going to skip it today. I'll do it tomorrow. But it is a lot harder to say to yourself and justify, oh, I don't have time to count to 10. Really? Really? You don't have time to count to 10? I think You do. And every time you count to 10, every time you do 10 count mindfulness, you cast a vote for the person you want to become. That's James Clear's language in the book Atomic Habits. And in this case, the person you want to become is a person who practices mindfulness. And over time, all those little itty bitty votes, they all add up. And before you know it, you're a person who practices mindfulness regularly. And a consistent mindfulness practice is going to benefit you so much. It's going to make such a difference in your life. It's going to help you de-stress and re-regulate your nervous system throughout the day. Maybe you'd even just experience that now when we practice together. We did 10 count mindfulness. We didn't do a whole 10, 15-minute session. We just counted to 10. And I bet you started to feel a little bit more relaxed. I bet you settled into your body just a little bit more. That's helping to re-regulate your nervous system. That's helping you release stress. And you can do that throughout your day. Mindfulness is also going to help you fall asleep more easily at night. I have clients who use 10 count mindfulness as they're falling asleep. So they'll just count their inhales and exhales. They just count them, kind of like counting sheep, except less furry. Furry? Woolly? Less woolly. It's a less woolly version of counting sheep. And mindfulness is also obviously going to help you become more present and focused in your life because you're literally in the present moment. You're counting your breath, counting your inhales and your exhales up to 10. You can't be anywhere else. You have to be right there with your breath. And then that starts to spill over into the rest of your day. So I invite you to commit to practicing 10 count mindfulness 1 to 3 times a day. Maybe set a little alarm on your phone, or another trick that James Clear talks about in his book is pairing your habit to another habit, or anchoring, I think he calls it. So, every time you brush your teeth, maybe after you've brushed your teeth and you're feeling all minty fresh in your mouth, do 10 count mindfulness. Maybe every time you eat a meal, like right before you eat your meal, do 10 count mindfulness and then eat. Whatever you can do to get yourself 1 to 3 times a day practicing 10 count mindfulness, try it for 1 week and just see what happens. Just notice what happens. Because seriously, you have absolutely nothing to lose except maybe stress. And I have a bonus tip for you. And if you've been in my world any time at all, you're going to laugh at this because it's something I talk about constantly. Every time you practice 10 count mindfulness, I want you to notice the effect that it has on your body and your mind. Notice that relaxation, notice the calming of your mind, and I want you to celebrate the fact that you did the practice. So notice the sense of relaxation. Notice the release of tension from your shoulders. Notice the calming of your mind. And celebrate the exercise with a little pat on the back, a little good job, me, or even a little that'll do, pig, which is a Babe reference that dates me, which I'm okay with. I talk all about how celebration can increase motivation and self-esteem, and it helps us build habits more easily and much more effectively. And I talk all about that in a previous Substack post that I did. It's called Celebrate Your 2025. And if you're consuming this content at a date far beyond 2025, later in the year, whenever, it still has good information in it. It's going to help you learn about tiny moments of celebration and how they can boost your motivation, your self-esteem, and help you develop an overall generally positive mindset. So yeah, celebration is a powerful thing. It's really going to help you cement in that mindfulness habit even more as you're practicing 10 count mindfulness. So that's what I have for you today. If you found this content helpful and inspiring, I would be so grateful and appreciative if you would leave a comment. Consider making a one-time donation. I have a link on my Substack. You could also share this with an actor pal or a creative friend, anybody Anybody at all that you think would benefit from this content. And also consider becoming a paid subscriber. I do community Zooms once a what I am tongue-tied today. I, I do community Zooms about once a month for people who are paid subscribers to my Substack, and I would love to see you there. And yeah, you also get my Aligned Actor guided audio library. So I have a ton of mindfulness audios in there. I keep adding to it. I have some neuro-linguistic programming exercises in there for you, and you get that as a paid subscriber on my Substack. And I would love to have you. Then you can come to our community Zooms and talk more about mindfulness and mindset stuff. It's a fun time. So come on by. So that's it. Take care, and I will see you next time. Bye.